Shalom, Kahalal, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakvadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth, and the sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. Shalom and salutations to all the Aqua listening and learning, being a pillar of rest. My brother Yahshua, I'm back with a World War III daily update. Shalom and salutations to everyone who is in attendance. All right, we're going to keep this short. We're going to let Skeletor speak and give us the update. We're going to start right here, Luke 21 and 9, which is the equivalent to the famous Matthew 24 and 6, which is wars and rumors of war. This is the Luke version, Luke 21 and 9. But here's the word, here's the operative word. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions. All right? Well, this is definitely a commotion. What's going on? What's going on in Eastern Europe is definitely a commotion. NIV, when you hear of wars and uprisings, do not be frightened. Let me read this whole thing. But when you hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Okay? Wars and uprisings, wars and insurrections, wars and tumults, wars and rebellions, commotions, revolts, disturbances, right? Rebellions, tumults, commotions, riots, wars and riots, wars and seditions. Wasn't that a sedition with a Prigozhin marching on Moscow? Tumults, revolutions, okay? Uprisings, rebellions, insurrections, disturbances, commotions, turmoils. All right? Uprisings. Anyway, my boy Skeletor. This is 2 hours ago. Full Spectrum Survival featuring Skeletor. Alert message. They actually did it. U.S. and NATO, Poland, are moving into attack. When you understand that Poland is directly involved in World War I and World War II. Well, Poland wasn't around in World War I. Well, what was it called then? Okay? Where did Franz Ferdinand hail from? Okay, was it Austria? Slovakia. Now I have to get it. Damn it. Let's see. Austria, Hungarian. Franz Ferdinand, rock band, Archduke. Of course, he was from Austria. Okay, but what they now call Poland wasn't Poland at that time. It was a conglomerate of, see, what was Poland called during let's see if this gives us any info. Kingdom of Poland. It says Królestwo. What? says Kingdom of Poland, also known informally as the Regency Kingdom of Poland, was short-lived. Polity was a short-lived polity that was proclaimed during World War I by the German Empire and Austria-Hungary on November 5th, 1916, on the territories of the blah, 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 blah Kingdom of Poland during World War. It says, while Poland did not exist as an independent state during World War I, its geographical position between the fighting powers meant that much fighting, let's look into that, because this is important. When you understand the history of Poland and world wars, okay, then you begin to understand what the hell is going on right now. All right, so its geographical location, position between the fighting powers meant that much fighting and terrific human and material losses occurred on the Polish lands. Right, but it wasn't called Poland then. When World War I started, Polish territory was split during the partitions between Austria-Hungary and the German Empire and the Russian Empire. There's your answer to what Poland was during World War I. It was the territory of Austria-Hungary, Germany, and Russia. And they were fighting over that land, apparently. Split of three empires. Okay, so we're not going to go, that's another story, but anyway, World War III hasn't been declared yet. Okay. Poland is where, as soon as Poland gets drug into the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, whatever they're calling that, World War III will be declared then. Belarus right now is threatening Poland. That's why this is happening. Okay? When I say Belarus, I mean Wagner, who is in Belarus right now. Anyway, we'll listen to... this guy's going to talk around the subject. He's going to go into geopolitics and all that, which has everything to do with war. World War II was about oil. Okay? As far as the Japanese were concerned. All right? And Blitzkrieg, for that matter. Your boy was, he was taking down everybody. Quick, fast. All right, anyway.
As you plan for this to hit the fan, you know that your training is going to make you a little bit more ready for the war that might come to your front door. It's no different when the United States of America, Poland, and other NATO countries begin holding massive air exercises. Poland and the USA just announced that they will hold an air exercise in August as the Wagner group continues to threaten the Polish border. That's according to the U.S. ambassador to Poland. The United States of America is beginning to suffer an economic calamity, according to economists, and a survey of large corporations across the USA is now warning that a strong majority of business economists believe that the United States of America will enter into an official recession, will be officially recognized by the government as a recession within the next 12-month period. This means that your employers are going to make decisions in the next 6 to 8 months whether or not they're going to lay you off, whether or not they will continue to pay you the amount that they are right now, how their health and benefits will be affected for all of their employees, and shape what your life is going to be like over the next couple of years. All of the data that we are seeing shows that this recession for corporations, Great Depression for the American people, is going to last for years. We're seeing China right now making significant progress, and they're doing this in building up as the world's largest superpower. Right now, they're building a naval base in Cambodia. They're close to completing a pier that will berth aircraft carriers, according to satellite imagery. Now, these images that we've seen taken by Black Sky, which is a commercial, US-based commercial imagery company, they've been monitoring the construction of this naval base. The images show a completed pier that is strikingly similar, very close in size, and design to a pier that the Chinese military use only in overseas bases. The Pentagon believes that China is building up its facilities, excuse me, and it's doing so in Cambodia. This will boost China's naval power in the ocean. China and Cambodia have both denied that the People's Liberation Army, which is China's military, will have access to this base. But we're seeing a larger than ever naval presence from China. And U.S. Naval strategists say that the United States of America currently lacks extensive international logistics that are able to operate against a Chinese influence. They say that these operations will allow the Chinese military to operate as a blue water navy that's able to sail around the world. Access to the base on the Gulf of Thailand will prove to be strategic and an advantage to the country of China. And they say that there has been a debate inside the U.S. government about what exactly China will do and how it will better use this to control the waterways. One former U.S. intelligence official is putting out one particularly bleak warning. What they're
Overpriced filler and marketing.
Salakia. We'll let him speak a little while longer. Go ahead and wrap it up.
What they're saying is that the United States of America is not ready. That over the past decade, China has built a number of military bases on reefs. They're reclaiming land, and they're getting ready for World War III. Now, these naval strategists, they say that if the U.S. and China does go to war, the U.S. will just bomb bases in the South China Sea. But in the case of this base, we would be bombing Cambodian territory. Now, Dennis Wilder, he's a CIA expert on the Chinese military. He says that this base in particular has the greatest strategic value to China, where tensions in the South China Sea boil over into military confrontation. It will extend, they say, and enhance China's naval operating capabilities towards the strategic shipping lanes in one of the pivotal straits, a choke point that in any conflict with the U.S. would prove volatile for our regional allies. A spokesperson for the Chinese embassy on the USA says that Cambodia states that its constitution bans foreign military bases on its soil, and that the construction of this base is only to strengthen Cambodia's capacity.
Remember Paul Pot? All right, anyway, we're going to cut Skeletorum quickly, go over to this NY Prepper dude who's got some breaking news. Let's see. We'll listen to a little bit of that. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let's see. Let's check this out. It's Greg here. NY Prepper, it's Greg here. Alert, red alert, Russia strikes Ukrainian port right next to Romanian border. Uh-oh. All right. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this dude stays on the war, so New York Prepper talks about the war. Canadian Prepper talks about the war. Anyway, this gunhead. Let's watch the gunhead.
What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Wednesday, July 26th, 2023, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. So yesterday, we had a few incidents between Russia and NATO and the United States. So apparently Russian fighter jets released flares in front of an MQ-9 Reaper drone that the U.S. was operating in Syria. And there is actually video footage of it. I don't have it, but here's a picture of a damaged propeller on that MQ-9 Reaper drone. And apparently this Russian fighter jet flew over the MQ-9 drone and released flares in front of it. and somehow damaged one of the propellers. So this is pretty serious, guys, okay? We know that Russia has done this in the past before when they took down that drone over the Black Sea. So this is very provocative by Russia. Russia basically thinks that the Black Sea is their own internal lake and that it's not part of international waters. And they also think that Syria is one of their territories. And our government here in the U.S. is so weak that Putin is not afraid of our government at all. And that's why he's getting away with all this stuff. Also, Russia fired some drones, Shahed drones, the Iranian drones, at a grain port right next to Romania in the town of Reni, and they hit a few grain silos, and apparently a Romanian ship was damaged during that attack, okay? And so that was on the town of Reni, R-E-N-I. And so there were many European ships that were sitting in that port when Russia fired those drones at the grain silos. And so those grain silos were literally right next to these European ships. And so apparently one Romanian ship was damaged. This is confirmed by the Romanian Foreign Ministry. The damage was minor and the ship continued its voyage. In total, there were 6 Romanian ships at the port at that moment, okay? So there were 6 Romanian ships, multiple European ships at that port, and Russia launched those drones at the grain silos that were literally just probably a few dozen meters away from those ships.
So this thing has taken a turn, all right? If you notice, he said Russia is attacking grain silos after they backed out of the wheat. What is it? Wheat distribution deal. I forget exactly what it is, but just like earlier, I stated that World War II was about for the Japanese was about oil, right? Cash crops, commodities, and I mean, as this world war kicks into high gear, guess what else does? The famine. And you can see it bubbling. Anyway, we're going to end it right here. Go back and watch the rest of this. You want to see all of it. NY Prepper Red Alert. Russia strikes Ukrainian port right next to Romanian border, which is apparently next to Syria, which is Syria's in the Valley of Yehoshaphat. So, hey, the closer we get to the Middle East in this fighting, the closer we are to getting the hell up out of here. So anyway, with that, we hope that the elect were edified. Just a little update. You brothers and few sisters, with that, we can say shalom.